Hi, we're back.
We are back. I don't know if anyone is only 6 people.
Weekend.
5, 6, 7.
Well, the first time we got a little bit of time before we were cut off.
So maybe we wouldn't be bothering anyone. We will see. Can you see us? Because I don't see any comments. Can you? Alexis,
hi, thank you very much, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi, you are so reliable.
Anyways, we are back.
How long? A few more seconds, and then
that last one went 23. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I have to get the recent one here. Here we go. Yes, we are back. And thank you very much for joining us again. For all those who...
I have to say I'm frustrated.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have mentioned about them cutting you off again.
Yeah, that's always my fault.
But we would come back. Yeah, it's always your fault. Now, there was one here.
Will Texas turn Democrat? I said that it will be getting purple, but I'm not saying that it will be blue. I'm sorry. I said that already.
Yeah, parts of it are blue.
And people are now started to see how unfriendly the Republicans are towards them, because they are taking so many security blankets from them.
Mm-hmm. She reminds me of something else here in Canada, in Alberta.
Mm-hmm. And people don't know about that too much in Alberta.
No. Now, there's a question here. Denise Menchip, M-E-N-C-H, or Menchip, C-H-Y-K. Please look at Democrat Dr. Annie Andrews for South Carolina Senator. She's a pediatrician and mom who has dedicated her career to fighting for a brighter future for all children.
And she will replace Lindsey Graham if she's lucky.
So will she get elected as South Carolina's Democratic senator? 1, 2, 3.
I see her looking at the street from the window, the old-fashioned window that you pull up.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that she is there. She's looking over.
That election is
fulfilling her dreams. Wait 3 more months, and Queen of Coins, she will have a lot of coins. Okay.
So she has a chance because the election is in the fall of 2026.
Okay, so she will be looking, and she's a doctor. She looks very reliable, very friendly, very trusty. That's what people need. Pediatrician. So if I could choose her and Lindsey Graham, no questions. And in Senate, she might have a really good chances to be the lady who is running.
The senator.
And, talking from the balcony to the people on the streets, that might be the good way of looking at it.
In what way?
To speak with the balcony or from the window.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of politicians were using that to connect with the crowd. I was working in a hotel monopole, and even Hitler was making a speech from the balcony. And people love it. So, it is giving you a nice platform, but I see her bending through the window. It's not standing in the balcony. So
there's still some time.
Still some time, and she's checking how the crowd is growing for her.
Yeah, because the choices between the architect of Project 2025, which you discussed the last time, and
Graham.
and Graham. There may be others, who knows? But
And Republicans usually got more money.
mhm. Well, hopefully
And
the Democrats get out more votes
Can-
on the independents.
Kentucky
Mhm,
was always red, red, red,
mhm.
like the blood of the chickens.
Now, No Dice is asking, does Rupert Murdoch want Vance to replace Dee Dee?
Three cards.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, he's digging a hole under the Trump. So he wants Vance because Vance is easier to communicate, easier to know where he's going.
Mhm.
With Trump, you never know where he's going, which doors in the hotel he will be knocking to. Yeah, he likes him better. And the family of the Republicans might be, but Vance is not popular. He has no charisma, no charm.
I thought I maybe somebody can correct me on this. I thought he only had 16% approval rating.
He is not popular. The family. He wants the family to like him, but and he has the platform like Fox News.
It's not news.
Yeah.
Fox Entertainment Channel.
That's
Fox
okay.
Entertainment Channel. Dottie 55 is asking, was Melania involved in any way with the Epps scandal? I mean, their first encounter was on the Lolita.
Lolita Express.
One, two, three.
Wolf, the writer of so many books,
Yes.
he said that Epstein thought that she has a brick in her head. She's smart as a brick.
Hmm.
So he didn't like her too much.
Mm-hmm.
And Giselle Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell. There is so many ways you can pronounce her name. Ghislaine Maxwell was a good friend of first wife, Ivana. They were good friends as society ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So when one likes, like when they liked Ivana, they couldn't like Melania. It is that's if one secretary is likable, the next one is not, and then the next one to the second one will be likable. So it's like the split of the energy. People are switching points. King, who was the empire, knew all her secrets and her strength. So that was the Epstein knew her secrets. And a lot of countries knows those secrets as well, including Russia.
Mm-hmm.
They were posting that on the newspapers. So she was not very keen of that island because she didn't like him, and he didn't like him. He was not impressed with her.
Heidi's asking, will you see if more flooding will be in the future?
In Denmark, 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
The water is rising everywhere. So all over the world, the heat is melting the icebergs, and that's what causing the climate being out of control. Even Peru was getting extreme waves today because of the tsunami. We have to pray for people who are affected by those tsunami. It's one of the things we didn't knew the name before 2000s, kind of. We knew that it existed somehow, but it was not common name, tsunami, and now everyone knows.
Mhm.
You will be secure for a while, but you have to be prepared for being heartbroken and so on, and the family as well. So, and you are living in the ground of, most people have the houses under the water of sea, because it's Holland and Denmark, they have really a lot of houses on the boats.
Mhm.
I love it when as a visitor, but when you're living there on the boat, you can go with the appraising the, your boat can be lifted. You have to pull the anchor, but it's very frustrating when the land is underwater.
Roxanne M. is asking which country or countries will practice a more genuine type of democracy in the following decades.
The one who wouldn't have the dictators.
That's true.
Yeah. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Switzerland, Finland, that kind of countries that will be respecting the law of the people. Yeah, there will be the I have to cover, there will be the countries that people will be respecting and thinking, I want to live in the society like that.
Mhm.
But that will be surprising, so other countries will follow as well in that group, and it will be getting stronger movement that people wants to be living in the better conditions and more reliable, and to get rid of those dictators in advance when they feel that they are getting for the power.
Malgosia Odman.
We are still on, Violetta.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What final outcome do you see for the Epstein files scandal?
If any one of you ever collected mushrooms, I love it because I'm from Poland. We were collecting mushrooms. And when you are looking for the good ones, you are collecting the small ones, the fresh growing, because the old ones are rotten. So all of those people who were the rotten mushrooms, full of people, with, because you are looking if they have the robaki, something living in them, bags inside, so you're throwing them away. So there will be a lot of those beautiful big mushrooms, good for garbage. And that's what I'm feeling, that eventually a lot of surprises. Like going for the harvest and everyone is rotten. Few good ones you will find it, but they are not from the group of age, and the old ones are not eatable anymore. Maybe they are gone even before we will open the stories about them.
So we're not going to hear the whole story, or we will?
We will eventually, yes, we will. But they will be on another side or in the mental institution, hospitals. So it's not that I think that's a good comparison with the rotten mushrooms.
1,
And they are sometimes beautiful. You are looking under the hot garbage. There will be some legal stories following. There will be some things they will be charging. Some of them will be sitting with. I don't remember. I wish, in the mentality of them, they wish that they remember. And money will be, but eventually it will be very, very costly. Oh boy. And don't expect too much from Ghislaine, who will put the gasoline on Democrats, not on the Republicans. She would like to testify. She needs to know the questions in advance.
She needs them in advance so that she can draft her responses.
Yeah.
But so the Senate's going to be, the committee that's set up by the Senate is going to be, I think it is the Senate or the House, whatever it is, are going to be talking to her on the 11th, I think it is, of August, or 12th of August, something like that.
They have the
date's already arranged. But
it says Senate will be in the quiet time now. For
no, the House is
this House and not the Senate.
Whatever this committee is keeps on going. But anyway, so this committee is going to be meeting with her, but they're also asking to subpoena the documents from the grand jury where there were two witnesses who testified. Mm-hmm. And of course, the DOJ wants to get hold of those as well, probably to do whatever with them.
And they shouldn't be allowed.
Right now, they're not allowed, but will this committee be allowed to do that? The DOJ may not get hold of them, but will this committee be allowed to do that? Will there be a voice of the people who were victimized or strong one? The survivors, 2, 3.
Putting the dirt under the carpet, not going for to take this to the garbage, just sweeping the floor and putting everything under the carpet.
So the survivors, even through their testimony through the grand jury, will not have a voice?
I don't think, because it is, you can feel it that something is under carpet because the floor is not even.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be obvious, but they will be not giving enough. They will not have the voice to speak for themselves. The garbage will be not cleaned. Yeah, the doctor, it will be a battle, and the job will be done part-time, not full-time.
Look at all the money that's being wasted on all this stuff.
But I'm surprised that the previous DOJ, the previous DOJ from Democrats, Garland,
yeah.
He didn't do anything in that direction, nothing.
But a lot of stuff was also tied up with the Epstein scandal because of Ghislaine's lawsuit.
Yeah, but he could do it. He could check those files. He had the rights to do it. He was... that's what the Democrats needs, a new, fresh blood. The old people are not appealing to anyone. And that's the reason they are not popular anymore. And I'm not ageless, like you will say that that's not fair. But it is that younger generation wants to
Younger generation should, it's their time coming up. It's their world.
They should be more aggressive, more... they will have ability to clean, to be... I know I'm not the same as I was 10 years ago. So everything is taking much more time from me.
Now, Kim Hartman is asking a question. Was the fire that burned in the, it's pronounced, or it's spelled Miccosukee, Indian Reserve, next to the Alcatraz internment camp, was it arson? And then authorities at this time don't suspect foul play or criminal activity, although the timing is notable. This was in the news.
So there was a
fire. They're boundary on the reserve.
And
but the Indians,
people are living there.
Yeah, the Indians joined the fight against the internment camp and are looking to sue the U.S. federal and state agencies that constructed the detention center there. It's close to ceremonial sites, access to traditional hunting grounds, and raises significant concerns about environmental degradation and potential impacts. Is there a connection between the two? Was there something that went criminal? Was there arson involved? Because the timing it just said was interesting in the news.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
They don't have fires in Florida. They don't. So it was created by someone. Because they want to close that place. They want to get rid of it. They want them to go different direction.
Now, who are you talking
Progressive.
about going the internment camp going a different direction, or the
native
Indians?
Indian people, yeah. They want them to move away from there. The grass is greener for you somewhere else.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what they think. And
So who will win that fight?
who will?
Yeah, they're thinking of charging, like going after the federal and state agencies. Will they continue on with that, or will they just let it die?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
The native people don't have the power of the purse. But they will be playing some games as well.
The native people?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I see the road being sabotaged sometimes. And if the people who are working there are not able to be using the road, only one road, that will be a problem. They will be in collaboration. Not everything will be done the way they wanted. Oh, sorry. And where you want to show up this card and not this one. Okay. But they will do a lot of work. So they will be working and working and working. And they will know some way of getting even.
Good.
Okay.
It's like the Aboriginals in Alberta, because what they're doing is they're making a difference. Like this separation thing and this sovereignty thing, etc., is just bonkers, and it affects all of us. But they're fighting on our behalf as well, and I know that we're fighting on their behalf.
She's protesting here.
Yeah, I'm protesting. I want change in Alberta and more stability. It's too much like the MAGA group. It's too far right. Anyways, there's a channel, and it's called the Behavior Panel. And I'll just put this up, and you can take your screenshot of whatever it is.
But fast, because YouTube don't like when we are doing this.
The Behavior Panel is made up of 4 of the world's top body language and behavioral analysis experts. And together, they have this panel analyze body language and human behavior in videos of public interest. So one of them recently was the Ghislaine Maxwell, Exposed by Body Language Analyst. That's the title of it. Another one was the Secret Epstein Client List. Bondi Trump Body Language Reveals More Than Names. Then there was one, Trump Body Language Analysis that you don't want to miss. Prince Andrew, Harry and Meghan, even Sean Diddy is on there, etc. But it's such an interesting program because they go through the videos, they show you the videos, then they analyze it, and then they go back to the video so that you can look to see what they're looking for. And I watched the I watched the Ghislaine one. They had her absolutely pegged.
And I'm not a body language reader, but when I was observing Don and Stain, Don was the pleaser to the Stain. He was telling him.
Well, you can even tell how he's going up and talking to him all the time. He wants his approval.
Yeah, he wanted to approve him, and eventually Epstein was laughing that he bent it even. So he said to him something so ridiculous. And yeah, you can be observer. When Don had the meeting in Scotland with the lady from United Nations, he was not confident. She must have put him in the spot. She knew better what she was after, and he said she's a tough cookie. It was tough conversation, whatever. So I thought, yes, it looks like she is sitting taller than him. And that's how you can sometimes, even not being expert, you can tell yourself, oh, he looks lost. Like he is coming from on the airplane. His hair is so, he is wiped. His orange skin is getting pale by the hour. I don't know how is he doing this, if he's taking bath or showers and it's washing off. But he was looking very tired. And that
Well, he was golfing an awful lot.
Yeah, but he was tired. It is taking a toll on him when he is traveling outside of USA for that long, a few days.
Well, it was all it cost $10 million for that Scottish trip. That was on the US government. And then the Scottish people had to pay for all that protection and everything. Now, there's just one more that I have just happened. Last night, there was, as you know, or people who are in Canada know that Poilievre, he lost his seat in Ottawa. He's the leader of the Conservative Party in federal government. He's running for a seat in Alberta. Somebody gave up their seat. He was born in Calgary, but he has not lived here for a long time. He's not an Albertan.
Not one of us.
No. And so last night they had a debate. There are 209, 210 people on that longest ballot. It's tremendous. It's a protest ballot. But anyways, they had a panel last night, a panel discussion. The Camrose Chamber of Commerce hosted it. And it was interesting who they didn't have. They didn't have the Liberal Party. They had a Libertarian. They didn't have the Liberal Party there or the NDP Party there. So there wasn't a balance of parties, etc. But Poilievre, they are assuming, because of the hand clapping for Poilievre, that it's an awful lot of local people, the residents who were there, because it was limited. But they couldn't find very many people who actually were the farmers who have a vote. And so did Poilievre change? You had seen Poilievre not getting the election, that you actually saw a Liberal.
And I shouldn't be answering 2 times for the same question.
But do you see where he made a difference on that speech last night? Did he change anybody's minds to vote for him, or did they go away from him? Because there was great discussion. He doesn't live in the area. He won't be representing them.
They don't trust him like they don't trust Bubblehead. They don't trust him.
So it's not going to make much difference. And
I don't know. I don't see him because I see connection with Bubblehead.
Because a lot of people were upset.
Whoever is long here is the guy who was standing behind
Starlink.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I want to put prayers for Janet and Tom Burke, for anyone who is living in the West Coast, that we will be safe from those waves.
To Brooke.
To Brooke and her mom, especially her mom is going through the hard time again. 2 weeks ago, she lost her husband, 2.5, and now again something. So
not a loss right now. But
no, but she's going through the stressful moments in her life. But hopefully everything will be for the best, and she will be great. She's a strong, very strong lady who was operating on Reagan. So she was one of the nurses operating.
Brooke's mom?
Yes. So she is brave and smart, and this is tough time in her life.
So find balance in your life. Do whatever you need to do.
She's probably living with Brooke right now.
Yes,
yeah, of her grandchildren, and Brooke has a wonderful husband. Okay.
So thank you for joining us again on part 2.
Yeah, we will see how many people will be watching this one. Thank you, because it's 196, so it's not too many. Thank you. we will have to write again to YouTube.
Thank you very much. We will keep on it.
Thank you. Bye bye.